What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Kart 6T3. My name is Ben, and yes, my beard is a lot shorter. So this is No Shave November. It's the end of No Shave November. We just got done with Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But a lot of men participate in No Shave November. It's a kind of a sign of men's health and this and that. Also, it's winter. You know, a lot of guys are growing out their facial hair because it's getting colder, especially up north here. And many wives are very upset at their husbands, like they can't wait for the December 1st to come along so their husband shave their face. My wife is not one of these women. My wife is very upset about what I have done to my beard. So I can grow my beard fairly long. The problem is it gets a little cattywampus. It's a little crazy. It's hard to keep in order, especially when I'm filming videos. I mean, it's not like I do hair and makeup for these things, but I don't want my beard kind of all over the place. And I went pretty short this time. Not starting new, but took her down a bit, get rid of some of the split-ons and what have you. I take very good care of my beard, but, at that length, things just get, it's hard to take care of, all right? So now that we've gotten through all that, I know you tuned in here for Kart-related information, and I always go on these tangents, but we are going to discuss today same duro tires. Do you have to have the same duro running on all four corners of your kart? And in short, the answer is no. But this is the idea, the concept that I came up with for this video, that when you change the durometer of the tire per whatever corner, and now I'm not going to go into all four, but in general, it has a different effect on the way the kart is going to handle. So typically, you're going to prep an entire set all one way. Say you get your tire mounted up, you're ready to prep them, you're going to roll your tires internally with 2 ounces of whatever on the inside, 2 ounces on the right side, 1 ounce on the left side. I always do a half split there. So you've rolled your tires, you put them on your tire surfacer, you surfaced your tires, you're going to prep all four tires about the same. So if you're doing 2 wipes, you do 2 wipes all the way around. Now this is pretty much standard for anything. When you're at track, you have the ability to change that. Say you have another set. We'll take Vega yellows, for instance. Say I prepped a set of Vega yellows. They are all punching 45 durometer. All right, I go to a track and 45 durometer is pretty close, but I need the front end to turn just a little bit better. I may go into my trailer and I may get out a set of 35 durometer Vegas that are prepped similar, but for all intents and purposes, you're putting a softer set on. You got 45s in the rear, you got 35s up front. What is this going to do? This is going to make your front end bite harder. We're talking about a softer type track, so this is really gonna, bite harder. It's gonna allow the kart to turn better. You're also going to give up rear grip. So if you're having a problem driving off the corner, maybe this was the incorrect, or maybe you thought you had fantastic drive off the corner, but you need the front end to go a little bit better. You can do that. You can soften up your front end, and it is going to bite better and get into the corner better. Vice versa, you don't have great drive off the corner. You may go to a softer rear set, leave your front set harder, and that's going to have the opposite effect. It's going to give you, less turn, but better drive off. Now, the problem that is going to be ahead of you is this. Softer tires heat up quicker. So softer tires, say if the track goes slightly harder, all right, you made this change in a heat race, and this was a correct change. You went out and you were just like, hey man, I'm putting those 35 durometer tires up front to get my front end bite better. My rear end's still harder. We go into the feature time. Well, throughout the day running, the track has hardened up. It's not as soft as it once was in the heat race in the feature event. So you take off, you still have phenomenal bite. What is going to happen when that track hardens up is you're going to overheat your front tires because they're too soft. They are going to bite fantastic to start. You're gonna take right off, and as the run goes along, you're going to start to lose front end grip. As your rear are harder, they're better matched for the track surface. Your front end's going to give up. All of a sudden, you're not going to have as much turn as you once had because you've overheated the front. This, vice versa. The opposite effect would happen if you had the soft on the rear. You're going to give up drive eventually throughout the run. Now, one thing you can do, say all 4 tires are matched up great, but you come off the track and you can already tell you're starting to feather your right rear tire. Your right rear, it just even, that maybe the track hasn't changed much all day long. You feel as if you have a very good balance in the tire. You have a very good balance in the chassis, but your right rear has seemed to have gone away. You're starting to see that edge start to feather, like this tire is too soft. You can put a harder right rear tire on there. That would work. Now, if you put a harder right rear on than the rest of your tires, that tire is going to take longer to come in, and maybe it's going to be way better for the long run. I mean, we all pretty much sprint race anywhere. Your practice is going to be 6-8 laps. Your heat race is going to be 10 to 12 laps. Your feature event typically is about 20 laps, maybe 25 laps, depending on what track you're racing at. But the long run would be that 20-lap run. So maybe your kart doesn't start off the best with that harder right rear. Maybe it's a little bit of a handful to get a hold of. It's either too loose, too tight, this and that. And as that harder tire comes in, it's going to get better and better and better towards the end of the run. As the theory is, as people fade, your kart is going to get better, and maybe you march to the front. Maybe you get to the lead with that harder right rear. So it's just a concept to put out there to, maybe think about when you're prepping your tires, when you're at the track, when you're going to use these tires. Do I want to keep all the same durometer? Do I want 45 all the way around? Do I want to have 45 on 3 of them? Maybe put a 50 on the right rear, knowing full well that the end of the run, the right rear is going to be biting better than the rest of those, and maybe that's the drive you need to get up front. So I thought this was a nifty concept, maybe something somebody hasn't thought of yet, or maybe, with newer karters coming in, this would be, a good explanation for you guys to put up in your brain and think about when you're at the track. Do I want, all the same durometer? Do I want to specifically prep, 1 tire, 2 tires differently? Maybe you don't want to have 2 full sets that are different durometer. Maybe you just want to have a full set at 45. Maybe you want to prep 2 tires that are at 35. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying in general, giving you an idea there. So if you didn't mind new people to the channel, if you didn't mind subscribing to the channel, if everybody could hit a like on the video, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much for all the support. I really do appreciate every single one of you coming by, and I hope that I'm helping you, and I'll probably see you in the comments, and then I'll see you next week. All right, guys. Later.